Hello and welcome back to Fire Emblem. So, we have about 1 million supports to do. Well, it's a slight exaggeration, but the fact it's slight is the thing that we're going to need to get onto. But before we do that, I just want to double check that we have no classes to get. So, we are level 30, so in theory, we could have a level 30 class. So, do we have any that are, you know, archetype of class? Absolutely not. Alright then, cool. Well, no class for us. Anyone else sitting at a level 30? Just waiting for a class? Nope. Not at all. Not at all. Okay then, cool. Right, let's get started with the supports. We are going with... we'll just go with it from top left to to bottom right. So it's us and Shamir. Let's go.
Thanks for your help out there. Battles tend to go smoother with you around.
Smoother?
I can count on you doing most of the heavy lifting. It may be unwise to think this way on the battlefield, but I feel I can trust your commands without question.
I still make mistakes.
Don't we all? But, judging by the results of our recent battles, you're clearly good at this.
Sorry, you're just building my ego too much here, Shamir.
I've also noticed that you've been putting me in more precarious situations lately.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Almost like you know I won't question your orders. No need. I'm glad you trust me to get the job done, but still. I knew you were doing it on purpose. You're in a very important position now that you're leading the charge against the Empire. Funny to think you used to just teach at the Officers' Academy. Your old students still call you Professor. That's no title for the commander of an army.
Well, I actually like it.
You'll always be their professor, huh?
Exactly.
You sure are an interesting one. My people lost the war, and I was left to wander Fódlan alone. But I guess meeting you was my prize. You look confused. Did you not know any of this? I was living in my homeland of Dagda up until the Imperial Army destroyed it 10 years ago. But being a mercenary, I have no real allegiance. That's why I'm working here now. Don't worry though, I don't plan to turn on you.
Oh, that's good to know. Oh, that was it. Hi, I trust you. I'm not going to betray you. Really? Honest? That's effectively what that was. I mean, she's not going to betray us, but still, it sounds a little sus. Right, Hanneman, let's have a little chatterman.
Which means that there are some elements of your power that cannot be explained by current theory.
Oh, alright, Hanneman. Wake me up when you're done talking about crests.
Although this may lead to a discovery that alters the very fabric of crest research. Oh, pardon me, Professor. I became lost in thought, and I do tend to ramble. I suggest we call it a day. Do you concur?
I'm getting tired.
It seems that I have gotten carried away again. My apologies. I know you are quite busy. I become so energized around you. When we get deep into the research, why, I feel 20 years younger. That said, perhaps we should discuss things unrelated to crests from time to time. Some sort of silly, lighthearted topic might be nice, eh?
Okay, you start. Do you have one in mind?
I'm not especially skilled at small talk, alas. Let me see. Perhaps we should discuss... I know. Food. Not my strong suit, the culinary arts, but I do enjoy a good meal.
Yeah, that's a fairly safe topic of conversation with most people who are still alive. Yeah, good.
Which kind of food do you prefer, Professor? Sweet or spicy?
I think every time I say spicy, so I'm going to say sweet.
Same as myself. Yes, indeed. Oh, now my stomach is growling. An old colleague of mine theorized that those who bear crests favor sweet flavors over spicy. She suggested that the crest exerts some manner of influence over... Oh, there I go again. How embarrassing. We were supposed to be avoiding talk of crests, weren't we? Terrible habit of mine, finding a way to turn any conversation towards crests. I really should find a way to stop that.
Hey, maybe you could get somebody with a crest to give you something. I don't know. I was trying to make a joke, didn't really land. It's okay.
That is kind of you, Professor, but it's all right. If you were to lose your patience with me, it could have an incalculable impact on my research. That sort of thing has happened in the past, you know. Back when I was still in the Empire. At first, any lady I was spending time with would titter and say she didn't mind if I talked about crests. But at some point, she would always become fed up and stop listening to what I had to say. In the end, invariably, while I was particularly focused on my research, she would write to say we were done. You may be a man, but I still don't wish for you to grow tired of my company.
Alright, Hanneman. And we finished all of our A supports that we have access to. Let's have Ferdinand and Linthart have a little chat.
Just look at this place. It's so beautiful, I believe I should take a nap and enjoy it properly.
Linthart, lost in thought, I see. Unacceptable. Are you not aware that a noble's duty is to be ever vigilant?
Rest increases alertness. Is there something I can do for you, Ferdinand?
Well, I was just passing by, and I thought I could give you a little advice. You always seem to be napping. Why not spend your free time doing something productive?
Easier said than done, Ferdinand. I'm afraid I suffer from a constitution that tires easily.
Some training will remedy that. Let us work on that today. I will train you myself.
I like to think the reason why Ferdinand's doing this, and I know it's because it was meant to happen pre-time skip, but the reason that Ferdinand's doing all of this is he's like, I'm no longer a noble. I have no duties or responsibilities. I shall seek out a duty or responsibility. So he's now going around going like, I will train you. And then if they say no, he'll be like, alright, go to the next person. I will train you. And he's just trying to find some meaning in his life. This is my new headcanon for Ferdinand.
Arise, Linthart. The righteous path of the noble lies before you.
You're always giving it your all, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Is there something wrong with that?
Of course not. In fact, I rather enjoy your demeanor. You go all out even when others wish you wouldn't. You work hard, inspire the admiration of others, and your dignity as a noble is beyond reproach.
I consider it my mission to serve as a guide and a model for other members of the nobility.
As capable as you are striking. Next to you, I am a mere infant.
Oh, you are far too kind. Although I do work hard each day to achieve all of which you speak.
You've mastered all the important noble skills. You drink tea, talk about how great you are, ride horses.
Indeed. I went for a ride earlier today.
I love how oblivious he is.
Is that so? You'll have to tell me about it sometime when I'm not walking away.
Where are you going?
I must get some sleep, being the infant that I am. Farewell for now, Ferdinand. Oh, noble among nobles.
Noble among nobles? Seems a bit much.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt, having just effectively lost your nobility.
Did he say get some sleep? Hey, wait!
Well, not truly lost his nobility, just lost all of the lands and power that come with it. Ferdinand and Bernadetta, let's go.
Even with the fires of war raging all around us, tea never fails to soothe the soul. Do you not agree, Bernadetta?
I hadn't actually thought about it, but yes.
Excellent. Oh, that reminds me.
What's that?
A long time ago, my parents were in talks to arrange my marriage with a certain young lady.
This isn't the way to get your power back, Ferdinand. Marrying into Bernadetta's house is not gonna help.
She never set foot outside of her room, and she made little dolls to curse her perceived enemies. Such were the rumors. Frightened, I dissuaded my parents from going through with their plans.
I can see that. She does sound pretty frightening. I relate to the staying in the room part, though.
That girl was you, Bernadetta. A daughter of House Varley.
What? I don't make dolls to curse people.
You are a skilled embroiderer, no? I guess I was wrong. You were not making dolls.
I did make dolls, but cute ones. Nice little carnivorous plants and things.
Maybe I should not have brought this up.
Why not? Carnivorous plants are adorable.
I'd like to see that she's got a little bit of a backbone now. She's willing to stand up to people.
Yes. Adorable. Anyway, if I had actually known you, I would have accepted the proposal.
Why? Did you have some scheme in mind?
No, I just mean, now that I have gotten to know you, I would have been happy to...
So, you're saying you'd... with me? It's getting kinda hot in here, isn't it? Maybe it's the tea.
Why are you getting so worked up? That was all a long time ago now.
A long time ago?
Yes. Now we are soldiers fighting together in the same great conflict, right? And my parents are gone. So any agreements they might have cooked up would be completely invalid.
I guess so.
Just think, if we had been married, we would not have been able to build such a deep friendship.
That's true. Yeah, we never would have gotten this close. I would have given up on the relationship my parents chose for me and shut myself away even more.
So all in all, I am glad I refused to marry that doll-cursing princess.
Hey! I said I never made cursed dolls!
Sorry. I am just glad to have met you at the monastery. I had better take my leave. We should have tea together again sometime soon.
Yeah, see you. I'm glad we met here too.
What a nice support. And next we have Ferdinand and Flayn. Now I don't know if we've had this one before, so let's get into it.
Flayn, I hope you will allow me to apologize.
I love that every time we start one of these, it's like, right, start up the orchestra again. You gotta have the sad music. It's just restart from, right, take it from the top every single time.
Why would you need to do that?
Last time, when I was working on my armor, you could have been gravely injured. You have been avoiding me ever since, so I want to reiterate how very sorry I am.
I'm not sure that's entirely the case.
So you are not avoiding me?
To be perfectly honest, I felt a bit embarrassed. When you embraced me before, it really caught me off guard. You're surprisingly strong for how slender you appear. Anyway, it all got me rather flustered.
Oh, I see. Well, I do train quite often. On the battlefield, it is perfectly common to lift up a wounded comrade. It has nothing to do with your gender. In the heat of the moment, I pay no attention to such things. That is, how I would explain it.
I see. So you have a well of strength for embracing people, it seems.
Well, I would not put it like that. Usually, when I embrace people, it is in the context of battle.
Is that so? So the embrace was nothing more than a rescue. Perhaps I was flustered needlessly. I wonder if you would consider embracing me when my life is not in peril.
Huh? Why?
Ferdinand. Come on, man. Flayn is making this quite obvious here.
Because I'd like to feel that way again. That's why. How about it? Or is your capacity for embracing limited exclusively to warfare?
Oh, I see what is going on here. I had forgotten how charmingly ethereal you can be. Very well. As per your request, I shall embrace you again.
I'm delighted. Does right now work for you?
Or should I pencil it in for later? How about 3:30? Have you got some time then for an embrace?
Why, of course. Easily done. Although, perhaps we shouldn't tell Sedith.
Probably a bad time to bring him up, if I'm honest.
Agreed. Better to let this be our little secret.
Alright. So now we have Caspar and Shamir's B1.
Caspar, how have you been?
Oh, Shamir. I've been normal. Yep, totally normal.
Oh, that's good.
What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Everything's normal.
Oh, good.
Then you should try to act like it. If something is bothering you, say it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm disappointed, Caspar. I thought you were the type to always speak your mind.
Alright, fine. You got me. Truth is that I heard something about you. I heard you fought in the battle between the Empire and Dagda.
Yes. And?
And I heard that you maybe lost someone important in that battle.
Perhaps. What's your point?
No point. Not trying to make a point. I just didn't know you were involved in all that. I was hoping we could be friends, but you fought against the Empire. You obviously have every reason to hate them, so I'm sure you don't want me around.
This is a very odd conversation given the path that we've just taken and the fact that, well, effectively, we are against the Empire as well. So it's just very odd.
What does my past have to do with you?
My father was responsible for a lot of what happened to the Dagdans.
Are you responsible for your father's actions?
Well, no, but kinda. I know I wasn't there, but I gotta...
Bring them back.
Huh?
If you're responsible, then bring back the lives that were lost. If you can't, then spare me your pity.
But...
Yesterday's enemy is today's ally. You have to abandon old feuds. Only then can you face me as a friend.
Good philosophy to have there, Shamir. Alright. So now we move way down the list to Hanneman and Manuela. Ooh.
You keep doing things that aren't called for. It's driving me batty.
You presuppose I am only thinking of you.
Oh, let's just not do this, shall we? I don't know why we always end up fighting.
It can hardly be helped. You and I seem opposed to one another on a, let's call it an instinctual level. Perhaps this could even be considered a form of fate.
What an awkward fate to have. I'd like you a lot more if I just hated you. All this fighting and making up is just exhausting.
Agreed, yes. It does feel as if we have fallen into a rather tiresome bit of repetition.
What a waste of effort. We're absolutely hopeless, the both of us. Here's a thought. Couples who are similar to one another, share the same views and all that, they're pretty successful. But complete opposites work together too. Surprisingly well sometimes. They compensate for each other's weaknesses, and they support one another. Then I look at how hard we work just to avoid screaming at each other, and I don't buy it.
Don't be so hasty to dismiss your own hypothesis. For instance, I am apt at cleaning, but have no talent for cookery, whilst you loathe cleaning, but are a splendid chef. Would it not be an easier life if, rather than struggle through our weaker areas, we divided the work?
I suppose our differences do have their advantages that way.
Indeed. If we combine our abilities, housework would be conquered and dinner rendered delicious.
Oh, as it always should be.
There are other ways we could find to support one another, I would imagine. We might make a better pair than you think. You and I, together.
You might be onto something. You and I could be pretty good together. Wait, why are we talking about this? Are you trying to propose marriage with promises of clean floors?
It's a good offer.
You think I'm that easy of a catch? Honestly.
I did no such thing. You were the one who started discussion on the topic in the first place. You were agreeing
so this
with
is
me.
my fault
If you have
now?
objections,
I never said a
then let's
word
hear
about
them.
I'd love to think for that bit at the end where it's fading out, it was just the voice actors were just given, like, free reign. Just, you know, argue for a while, we'll take some of the arguments and put them in the end. So there's probably reels and reels of tape somewhere of them going, just arguing for hours on end. That's what I like to think. It's probably not true, but, you know, I want to live in the more exciting world. Right, let's have Happy and... Ooh. Happy and Constance first.
Delicious, is it not? There is little that can rival the taste of a freshly caught fish grilled to perfection over an open flame. I prefer mine with a pinch of salt.
Look at you, eating regular food like the rest of us regular folk.
It's only temporary. A fish from the river is a coin saved at the marketplace. My project will require every bit of gold I can spare.
Plus, there's a war going on. We've all got to save money however we can.
Constance, what is that shabby meal you're eating with such lowly company?
I suppose after all that's happened, she's given up on regaining her noble title. Probably for the best.
Who are these two awful women?
How dare you!
Would you two mind your own business? We're just trying to eat in peace.
Did you hear that? It sounds like a stray cat is screeching at us.
Oh dear, she's not using any silverware to speak of. She's just eating with her paws.
Oh, you are about to get blasted.
I'd expect that from a commoner, but Constance seems to be doing the same thing. How humiliating.
Oh, we're so vicious. Beating up on poor, pathetic Constance after all of her setbacks. What are you laughing at?
Pardon my outburst, but I couldn't help myself after your ridiculous conversation. How I eat my fish has nothing to do with my status. In fact, I shall vow one thing now. When House Nouvelle is restored, I shall bite into a whole fish thrice weekly.
Pardon?
Moreover, Happy is a dear friend. I won't permit you to call her a stray cat or anything so insulting. We shall continue to remain steadfast friends, even after my title is restored.
And how soon do you expect that to happen?
We both know that if she carries on with such disgraceful behavior, she won't restore her house anytime soon.
Well, for the upper class, those two seemed rather classless.
What just happened?
Oh, I knew them of old. They were Callow noblewomen from the School of Sorcery.
No, I mean, you said that I'm a dear friend. Did you really mean that?
Did you not already know?
Oh, well, one says all sorts of things when one feels like being cruel. But yes, I really meant that. Even when I am a noble once more, I expect you to keep me company well into my dotage.
Of course, Coco. Won't be easy getting rid of me.
Wow, that was short, but very good. Next up we have Balthus and Happy.
Why did you bring me here? It's so isolated.
Is he gonna force her to sigh?
That would be the point.
Yikes. See you around, B.
Hang on a second. Out here, in a place like this, you should be free to sigh, yeah?
He is.
What do you mean by that?
I just thought it would do you well to cut loose and sigh to your heart's content.
Really? You found a nice quiet place where you could annoy me without putting bystanders at risk?
Why does this always happen? That's not what I meant. This is me doing something nice for you. You said before that you can't ever relax because you're worried about endangering others. A lot's been going on recently, so let her rip already. Sigh until you can sigh no more.
That's nice of you. A chance to relax and sigh as I please. Sounds good. But what do we do about the monsters?
I imagine he's going to punch them.
What do you think? A monster shows up, I punch it in the nose. Done deal.
By yourself?
I'm never alone, pal. These two fists are always by my side, and they never let me down.
Oh, right.
It doesn't have to be here if you have performance anxiety, but anytime you accidentally call a monster, just holler and I'll punch it to next Tuesday. In fact, maybe it's best if you just stick by my side from now on.
Ooh.
Do that and you're free to sigh whenever the urge strikes.
Why would I have to stay by your side?
Not a lot of people in this world can knock out a beast without breaking a sweat. I'm one of them. And since I'm always on the run from bounty hunters, I'm an exceptionally light sleeper.
You expect me to sleep by your side too?
Ooh, this may be my best idea yet. If I'm always with a monster summoner, fewer people will come after my bounty. This is brilliant.
You never change, Bee.
There it is.
You're so predictable. All right, have fun.
Have fun? That's an odd thing to do! Monsters, they're everywhere. This is gonna be a blast.
It's hard not to like that dummy.
Again, short, but very good ending. And now we have Happy and Yuri.
So Happy, are you going back home or what?
That came out of nowhere. Haven't you noticed there's a war going on? I can't leave now.
Hadn't noticed. Nope. Now that I have, will you head home once it's over? To check on your parents?
No. Even after the war, I can't return. With my curse, I might destroy the whole village. I won't put them at risk like that.
True. I want to say you could go there and everything would be dandy. The way things tend to shake out, though, it can be pretty hard not to sigh.
What about you? You don't mind spending all this time away from wherever you call home?
Can't say I've spent much time thinking about it. Maybe after the war's over. I've got plenty to keep me occupied. If I drop things and head home, my people will lose respect for me. I can't have that.
I see. I know I should visit home at some point. It's been more than a decade since I left, though. They probably think I died.
They might. All the more reason for you to go back. I know you're scared. But if you keep your visit brief, it'll work out fine. I don't know about yours, but my mother would want to know that I'm okay.
I suppose I could stop by for a short visit. That might be nice.
Still worried? I can accompany you. I'm sure you'll find some use for me.
Huh?
You know you'll be so caught up in my lively conversations, you'll have very little time for sighing.
That plan could backfire. I might find the conversation boring, and then...
That would never happen. I wouldn't allow for it. And on the off chance a beast does appear, well, that'll clear up your boredom pretty quickly, won't it?
You've got a weird sense of humor, Yuri Bird. I like that. I guess I wouldn't feel so nervous about going home if you went with me. I might even have a good time. When you're there, you feel closer to the stars. They look so clear and bright. I'd love to show you.
I look forward to it. I bet we'll even see some of the stars you taught me about.
And maybe I'll finally lay eyes on that constellation you told me about. A fishing rod, was it?
I did forget that every A support was a lead-in to the romance. But yeah, okay, Happy's got a few options available. And we still have Lindhart yet to see. Let's go with Constance. And Balthus. Ooh.
Come at me!
Anytime this music track is there, I'm in.
Balthus, you mustn't draw the enemy in so. Pray do not sacrifice yourself on my account.
Enough of that. Just watch my back like we planned.
1,000 pardons, then.
It's been a while since we had such a close fight. How you holding up? You didn't seem like your heart was really in it this time.
I had some difficulty knowing the torment our enemy was going through. Bad enough to fall in combat, but to be felled by one so base as I.
Oh, if they regret anything, it's that you're worried about their humiliating defeat. Ego burn right there. You know, it wasn't so bad fighting at your side. We make a pretty good team, you and I.
It is because you have the courage to face your enemies head-on, leaving your flanks unguarded, and the generosity to allow less skilled fighters the glory of dispatching foes who take the bait. Every aspect of your tactics is a reflection of your incomparable virtue.
You have a way of understanding a situation, but also twisting it all up in your head. Impressive, really. The unrivaled king of grappling himself, that'd be me, trusted you enough to watch his back. Can't you just be proud and leave it at that?
The nickname is a difficult one to respect, though the man inhabiting it is more than worthy. If what I have said today has offended, which I would not doubt, then accept my humblest apologies.
You really are something else, you know that? I like your style, pal. I could see us teaming up as mercenaries and wandering from battlefield to battlefield. Admit it, that would be a grand old time, don't you think?
It would depend on the circumstances. Might I impose on you to come with me?
Right, there's always... Wait, what?
Going inside?
Okay, we're here. Care to explain?
Must you make a mockery of everything? I have my own dream to pursue, not this twaddle. You assume I'd abandon the restoration of House Nouvelle to become a vagrant? Are you mad? Even among your fabled transgressions, this goes beyond the pale.
Definitely a fair weather friend, that one.
Is that where it's gonna end? Alright then. Just no explanation for Balthus, just like, that's it, Balthus. Constance is 50%, you know, timid and not really very self-confident, and the other half, extremely rude. Alright, Constance, Yuri, let's go.
Remember when you mentioned briefly that you'd been in conference with some nobles? Did the topic of conversation happen to be me?
I haven't the foggiest idea what you're talking about.
Don't be coy with me. I recently received an offer of support from Count Karen.
Bravo! Your dream of restoring your house is that much closer now, isn't it?
Wait, that's, that is Catherine's father, I think?
We shall see. My response is on hold until I could confirm something first. You sound as befuddled as I feel. These are events you set in motion, are they not? I want only the truth from you. Lie to me and you shall be incinerated.
That doesn't leave me much wiggle room, does it? All right, I'll tell you. So yeah, I might have been negotiating with some nobles. Maybe. Possibly.
You do recall that I have nothing I can offer you in return, yes?
Of course I know that. I just did what I needed to get what I wanted. Like always.
Explain.
All my life, I've known how to angle to get everything I've ever wanted. Money, social standing, the whole kit and caboodle. See? That's how the savage mockingbird lives. Ever since I was a kid. It's how I've done things.
What does that have to do with... Wait, are you admitting to being the savage mockingbird?
And I find myself wanting in on this house of yours. The one you've yet to rebuild.
What? No, wait. You haven't yet answered my question about the savage.
Preened as this bird might be, his only home is a dark, wet back alley. As long as I'm me, nothing can change that. So I figured, if I could leave that home of mine and live simply as Yuri, even if only for a while, you know, I might like somewhere proper to return to. Somewhere cozy, comfy even. Better than House Row, where last I left from.
I'm not sure what you're insinuating here.
I'll get your house back for you. And I only ask for one thing as payment. Once House Nouvelle is back in good standing, I want a home there.
You mean You wish to join House Nouvelle? But the only way to do that...
Marriage. Bingo. Quick, easy, simple.
Well, very straightforward.
You and I, spouses.
You heard me. It's a fine enough trade. What's the problem?
I mentioned nothing about a problem. Where did you get that notion? I've always found you very useful, though I could do with less, much less of your back talk.
I suppose Milady doesn't want a rogue for a husband. Can't handle all that is Yuri,
No, but there is a procedure to this sort of thing. How can you join my house when I have none?
What? You want to do things in order? How boring. I suppose we'll be lovers for now.
Wow, he is, there's no, like, you know, talking around, no innuendos, it's just straight on. Just says what he wants.
You mock me! You mock me and I will not have it!
Me? Mock? I'm being sincere. I'd never live out another dull day with you by my side.
That is my only fear. A life spent by your side may be more taxing than I could stand.
Seeing you so flustered provides endless entertainment.
Alright then, Yuri. Okay, so I just want to check something for my own sanity. Where are we here? Catherine. Her crest is... There we go. I was right. Cool. Let's head into support. And I believe the last one we got is Balthus and Yuri. It is, and they were having, they were gambling between each other and betting last couple times, I think. And it was about to be lore.
Hey, take this.
That smell. That sound. This is gold. A sizable stash of precious gold. What gives? Don't tell me you got your mitts on the church's vault.
You fool. It's simply a reward. Nothing to get in a tizzy over.
No way I can accept this, pal. Trust me, I haven't done anything to deserve it.
Just shut up and take it. Call it your fee for providing me with information. What you told me. The tale from your mother's homeland? It really helped me. Anyway, if you don't actually need it, I'm sure you'll find a use for it. Maybe take your mom out for a night in the town.
Looks like you're insisting then. Fine, I'll use it to buy her some good grub. But I thought you didn't actually find any answers in my little tale.
Not quite, but it helped me in other ways. I've stopped vexing myself over unimportant details, like who I am or who I think I might be.
Oh, this is the... There's no lore. This is the... I know we told you there'd be lore last time, but I'm afraid I have bad news for you this time.
That's all fine and good, but is it really worth its weight in gold? This is coin we're talking about.
Look, do you want it or not? Is there something else you prefer? Wow, that was one hell of a sigh.
Yeah, he's been hanging out with Happy.
Look, you're better than me at thinking and betting, but right in this moment, you're the fool. You. Do I like gold? Yes. Do I want it? Need it? Yes and yes. While we're at it, I like brawling. Women too. But there's something that I care about even more than gold, fighting, and women. Any ideas?
Hair care products?
Oh, this is tough. Let me guess. Hopelessly losing every bet you place? A good drink?
You really think highly of me, don't you? Dead wrong. It's having a bash bro. A friend to fight with and fight for.
Seems I was a bit off base there.
I guess to you, everyone is either an underling or a business associate. But with a bash bro, there's no such thing as an overdue loan. No hierarchies or other nonsense. It's someone to trust, both in and out of battle. Someone to share life's ups and downs with.
I see. No need to reward a bash bro, I suppose.
That's the ticket. I know you were born into a world of trickery and exploitation, but you don't have to live like that anymore. Now you've got me.
I'm not accustomed to talks like this, I must admit. How can I frame this? Nobody even knows my real name. Are you actually comfortable confessing such a warmth towards someone so... cold?
Clearly. No matter who you are or what you've done, I care about you. That won't ever change.
Now that is fresh.
I told you my feelings and you laughed. You're one of a kind, pal.
I'm sorry. I've got to admit, I thought I'd heard it all. But you've managed to surprise me. It's the first time anyone has ever said something so sincere without trying to get something out of me.
I could try to say it again with more swagger if that helps.
Nah, no need. Bash Bros has a nice ring to it. From here forward, we are forever Bash Bros, friend.
I've got your back, pal.
And there we have it. The Bash Bros were the last one that we needed to do, I believe. Yes, because every other one is locked until we go and walk around, until we go and walk around the cathedral. Just think, is there anything else that we need to do in this menu? I'm going to save, definitely. And then, I believe that we're ready to explore. But, we're going to do that next time. Thank you for watching. I'll see you then. Goodbye.